Welcome back to Immortal Way of Life, Part 5. Now, after last episode's enormous length, which I had to cut down, here we are again. We did the Lin family quest and can now interact with both of them, and that's exactly what we'll start with. After, as a small hint, we will do Foundation Establishment. Here we are, we can interact with her for the first time. And now I can gift her some items. And I have a few I could gift. Okay, that's not that much. And I can also show you how you can become a Taoist companion with someone. So here you go. I now have her at 200 relation, which I can see with the more NPC info mod. And we can ask her whether she wants to be our Taoist companion, which is express affection. But before we do that, we ask her something, and that's her opinions on cultivation. And now her opinion is you have to cultivate in seclusion. And that's all we need to know. There are 3 questions when you express affection to an NPC, and we can start them. The first question is always about their affinity regarding righteousness and like evil. With the more NPC info mod, you can see like she has a positive personality, so she's on the righteous side, but you can very easily notice it as well. Most, in this case, story NPCs have a righteous persona. If they have a more evil persona, they will have some like evil laugh, etc. So very simple. So yeah, would you be willing, and as she is a Foundation Establishment Cultivator and we are not, we call her Qianbei Senior, would you be willing to become my Dao companion? Here I could also notice it has no effect with your gender and her gender. My character is female, I can become Dao's companion with both females and males alike. Obviously, I myself am attracted to women, so I'll become Dao's companion with a woman. But yeah, there's no limitation regarding that, which I like. And yes, we are serious. So there are 3 questions. The first question, as mentioned, is regarding your righteousness or evil demonic opinion. In this case, she asks you a question: do you control your thoughts due to moral restraints or reputation? And in this case, it's natural we do it due to moral restraints. So we are on the righteous side. This is evil, and that is somewhere in between. Secondly, it's her opinion on cultivation. So there are different options. She could be, or like she could say, pills are essential to become stronger, and pills, for example, would be wealth. In this case, she mentioned how secluded cultivation is very important, and that is a firm heart. And lastly, you have, I'd call it a real life question: would you still love me if I was a worm? If I and your brother fell into water at the same time and both of us can't swim, who would you save? Like those kind of questions we are talking about. And that is one of the possibilities. The other possibility is what we got right here, which is which aspect you would prioritize. So those are the 2 possibilities for the last question. It's either the would you still love me if I was a worm, in which case you always answer with her being the correct answer, or the question could be which aspect would you prioritize. And for righteous characters, it's always this character, like personality. For demonic characters, it's suitability for dual cultivation. Ignore this appearance. At first it also threw me off because it sounds very superficial. I pick you because of your appearance, but it's more personality and character. And if you did it correctly, you get this message: your thoughts align with mine without needing to plan. She seemed to be thinking about your age, maybe considering the boundary between you. So that's the Cultivation realm, she's Foundation Establishment, I'm Chi Refining, that's a boundary in terms of realm. The difference in age, the camps we belong to, so I'm of the Bamboo Mountain Sect, she's Lin family. If you try to marry or like bond someone in the same sect as you, it becomes easier. Your wealth is considered, whether you have a cave or not, and her current opinion or relationship with you. I promise you, I can't help it, young friend, who made me like you. And there you go. We have now become Taoist companions or partners with her, and you can see it right there. We automatically get her WeChat, and we could also ask her to call me a special name, any special name, who knows. And we can also ask her to move to our cave. And that's it with Taoist Companions. As, by the way, like a small side note, for example, Lin Mushin, if you ask her about her cultivation opinion, it's the an encounter with strange fate, I think it's called. So here you can read it. What's most important is opportunity. If you can find something special, that will be amazing for you. And it's like this opportunity with strange fate, etc. So I think everyone hopefully now comprehends how you can become Taoist companions with people. Next up is becoming Foundation Establishment. We just head to the inn. I can't be bothered heading to the sect right now. Or we could also move to our cave. Oh, let's just do it in our cave for fun. There is no different whatsoever. But why not? And as mentioned in a prior episode, I'll be doing it in two different ways now. On one hand, I'll first showcase it without foundation pills, so you can see that it's possible without, and then after I'll do it for real. Now, one very helpful thing for the foundation breakthrough, and I would recommend everyone pick this up. It's a shared node between the Body Dao and the Chi Dao called cleansing. It makes the difficulty way easier, and what it actually does is give you 2 additional Chi at the start of the breakthrough and a higher Chi cap of 2. And that is very helpful. I would always go for it. Alternatively, if you pick the innate Dao body as a starting trade option, you get an additional 4 Chi cap in the breakthrough, and at this point it's super easy. But here we are. What I'll do, and that's part of the strategy, is I will consume these forest groove pills, as wood is my main element, and I can consume like 4 of them, and it makes it more likely for me to, in this breakthrough, absorb wood chi, and that is big. And then we can click on break out or break through. Every realm breakthrough comes with great risks. Yep. You cross your legs and sit quietly as you patiently cultivate spiritual energy, circulating it throughout your body, gradually entering a state of emptiness. The spiritual energy in your body slowly becomes agitated, rushing wildly towards your dantian, which you continuously compress. You know that this opportunity is fleeting and you must quickly complete your foundation building. If you click on prepare, you could take your pills. As mentioned first time, I will do it without the pills. Now this Foundation Establishment breakthrough is essentially a mini game, and it's one of the many to break through different cultivation ranks, and I really love it. The basic gist, and there's even a help function for it if you want to read it, is to increase your score to 100. Once you increase it to 100, you will have succeeded, and to do so you have a total of 9 turns. If you exceed 100, you will get 2 maximum HP additionally per score above 100. As a result, it is slightly beneficial to increase your HP, or to increase your score. That being said, an average Foundation Establishment character has about 250 to later on a late Foundation character 450 HP, and by getting like the maximum score you can get, I believe, 34 additional HP, so a score of 117 and 34 additional HP on top of like 350 is not that insane. So don't worry too much about getting the perfect score, just 100 and possibly beyond is nice. Now the buff we have right here is the cleansing node, the Dao Qi body node as mentioned, which increases our cap to 6. Normally you have 4. If you had the innate Dao body, this would be 10. Now the name of the game right here in the Foundation Establishment breakthrough is to compress your Qi as efficiently as possible. To go through the different skills, we at first have 2 Qi used for 2 progress, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio. The next one is 2 Qi used for 3 progress, so it's 1.5 each. Next one is 1.75 each, 2 each, 2.33 each, and I believe 2.5 each. As you can see, it becomes way more efficient the higher tier of compression you use, and the highest tier requires a lot of one element. As such, I took those temporary weight pills before the breakthrough just to increase this. We also have the luck and Qi gathering spell, they work as usual. Now, since my pill, the pill I took and my spiritual root is mostly wood, I will try to get rid of every other element and mostly get wood. And then we compress it. And then we can get rid of the other 2 elements with Qi gathering, the usual stuff. And then we head to the next turn. We have enough wood to compress it again in 6. Then we use the luck spell, anything else we get rid of with the Qi gathering. Now in this case, this is not looking too hot. Let's try to see if we can get 2 wood. Perfect. And get rid of the other 2 with Qi gathering again. This is not looking too hot, but we can always do this compression. So 3 and 3 for 14, it's only -1 score, perfectly fine, continue. Next up, we can compress again, perfect. Here we are again. Almost, we do have the cap, so it would have been fine. So that we can just continue it like that. You see, it's like quite simple once you get the hang of it. We can compress with a ratio of 6 again, and next turn is the last turn. And you can see we already succeeded in the breakthrough. And there you go. This was the breakthrough. Okay, I was incorrect. It was not. It must be, wait a second, 23 plus 15, 30. Okay, 76 is the maximum extra HP you could get. Now, this is like one possible breakthrough. And now I will show it with the pills. And now we will do the breakthrough with my pills. Do I have that trait? I don't yet. Okay. How about... Okay, I took these. Perfect. And now let's take the 12 pills. Should be it. Which just means 12 pills, 12 extra Qi at the very start. Same thing applies. We try to compress it as well as possible. I'll be honest, these are not perfect. I'll probably just do one of those. I wish I could get more wood right there. But you can see I have a lot higher progress right away, just due to the extra Qi. Okay, perfect. That's what we want. Almost. We have a lot of turns left. We can compress like that again. Qi gathering, perfect, only wood, and one last turn. 152 score. I could have gotten 153. Finished Foundation. The surging spiritual energy within your body gradually calms down. The spiritual energy, originally in a gaseous state, solidifies and liquefies over time. The remaining spiritual energy is absorbed by your flesh and meridians. You feel a sense of comfort throughout your entire body, and an unprecedented power begins to gather, creating a unique sensation of strength. Suddenly, the spiritual energy from the surrounding heavens and earth begins to surge into your body. You feel the true essence within you flowing rapidly like boiling water. The fluctuations of spiritual energy continue for a full hour before calming down. You have broken through the bottleneck and you have finally ascended to early foundation. And I did skip about it, but we got a lot more HP, we got some more speed, some higher soul sense and lifespan. And we are now foundation, which means we can upgrade our technique 3 years. Holy, that's not bad. Now, besides just being able to upgrade our techniques, we can also become an inner disciple. We can become an apprentice or a disciple to a master of the sect, and a ton of other quests are unlocked. But first, let us upgrade this technique, as it's our passive cultivation per month. And I want more. I want to be efficient. There you go, come on. And by the way, you can see Lin Mushu is now in the cave. If you talk with her now, and Taoist partner, I hope you could dual cultivate with me. Dual cultivate? Okay, let me get ready first. Honestly, you're such a handful. There are different skills you can pick. I learned the warming method, which gives us extra cultivation and is related to the other party's aptitude. Or there's nothing, no special effect. We can click on it. And now I will obtain 30,000 cultivation if I cultivate in seclusion for 2 years and 1 month, which is up here. So it's some additional cultivation. It's not too efficient right now. This is 25 months and you get 30k. Not very efficient. This can be increased up to 5,000 XP per month, which is really good. Like how good in particular, just look at my passive cultivation speed. It's currently 3,700 and you could get 5,000 on top. This technique is 1,296, okay, sure. The other techniques I am not too interested in yet. I guess we head down here, sure. We'll head to the Bamboo Mountain Sect from here. We pick up herbs along the way. We can now skip fights against chi refining characters, which is very handy indeed. What is this one? Is it a BBQ event? There seems to be something faintly glowing in the grass on the roadside. You go up and investigate and find a jade scroll. Sure, we'll pick it up. Did someone named San lose a scroll? Nope. They definitely did not. Here we go. Shumei, junior sister, your aura. Have you made a breakthrough to the Foundation Establishment stage? I did. Not bad. To break through to Foundation Establishment before the age of 50 is not bad. If there are some more opportunities in the future, maybe you can break through to Golden Core. According to our sect rules, any outer disciple who can break through to Foundation Establishment can be promoted to become an inner disciple and study under the guidance of a sect elder. Follow me. Master Shumei Yu, which Shumei means junior sister, has recently broken through Foundation Establishment. I've met the masters. Not bad, not bad. The next generation of Foundation building disciples who can participate in the demon hunting trial has increased by one. What's that? I've heard of it. It's essentially a hunting ground or like trial ground for Foundation Establishment characters. So they get some real life and death combat experience. Now the headmaster himself is saying he's focusing on cultivation and cannot take any further disciples, so we can pick one of the other three main elders. You have Lord Azure Snake. He is the youngest one and is focusing on poison. If you go for a poison build, he's the absolute must pick. Eternal Spring is proficient in entanglement. Now my later build will actually go for entanglement, but I've looked at his techniques and I am not too happy with them. So what remains is Lady Ziling. She is the Grand Elder of the Sect. As such, she is Nascent Soul Cultivation and specializes in the 9-Rush Atlas, which is focused on afflicting opponents with negative statuses. That's something we will also be doing. So we will become her disciple. I'll probably give her some skin as well, but that's for the future. You walk up to Fairy Ziling and perform the rites of passages. She smiled and nodded at you. Okay, before you become a golden core cultivator, let me guide you. She took out a sword from a storage pouch and handed it to you. This is called Fei Hua. Thank you. That is like 12,000 spirit stones I can sell it for. I hope so. Oh my god, she scammed me. Oh my god, I didn't expect to get scammed in my own sect. But here you can see like some of her techniques. This one, Spring Blossom, will probably use. The others, I don't think so. Staff control I'll need, but we can also obtain that in the Hidden Manual Pavilion. Core Condensing Pill, Soul Shard Pill. Me like, I buy. Me buy instantly. That is +2 Soul Sense. We can. Yep, due to my recent performance within the sect, I have been elevated to an inner sect deacon. Reason is I have exactly 100 reputation, wow. And now I receive a salary, a higher one. And we eventually want to upgrade our cultivation to 1000 to get even more, but that's a future endeavor. Now when we enter the Hidden Manual Pavilion, we can see more arts, like all of these purple ones. I'll definitely take Staff Control. Staff Control, to explain it, it costs 3 energy, can be used once per turn, and gives you back 3 energy. And any, in this case it's misspelled, absorbed wood chi is doubled. So if I were to absorb 3 wood chi initially, I would get a total of 6. So it's consume 3 chi, potentially get 6 back, and a minimum of 3. So it's just a positive skill to get. Entanglement I don't need. Doubles the damage dealt to poisoned enemies, nope. Lifesteal is cool, but I do not need it. These techniques... Okay, rejuvenation could be used, but 5 HP is not too much. Myriad wood arts I will definitely use. I need really high wood spirit roots. And yeah, that's more or less it. Sword Dao, Array Dao. None of those are appealing to me. We could probably focus on Daos right now as well. Yeah, we do that. One of the amazing things of having a teacher is you can do Dao discussions with the teacher. And she in particular has 150k, so a completely maxed out wood tree. And also some chi, 30k. What's your body like? 30k. Like here you can see 150,000 is the maximum. So discussing with her is extremely good. Now we will pick wood and chi. And let's go. And you can just see it like the score 6 and 3 as well as 4 and 3, but this is the important one. And she can just place down a 5. So you will get insane XP for doing this. There you go, done. It's that easy, I guess. I'll save that. I guess I can combine these just to increase the score a bit. Okay, I just need a... Okay, she finished it herself. We got a good enlightenment. How good? Oh my, level 6. Goddamn. Goddamn, that is good. And we immediately cultivated. Oh, we can get our Azure Dragon inheritance after. That is big. It may take 4 years. To be honest, we can even reduce it a bit. Because what you can do, remember one of our starting perks was Heaven's Blessing, which means you get 20% more XP when you comprehend. So this as a baseline would be 20,736, and we don't need this amount because suddenly we'd be at 33,800. Our goal is 30,000 to be exact. We want to be exact. So we look at how much we actually need. 16,936 divided by 1.2. So we need 14,113. And we just like overshoot it a bit. 127, like that's more than plenty. And that's how you are efficient. But look at this, 4 years almost to comprehend that whole thing. That is insane. Insane. Ceiling, this is a message your master always sends you when you become an inner deacon. The idea is she thinks you are investing way too much into the sect instead of your own cultivation, etc. So she's like, try to limit it, which is a bit counterproductive, but such is life. But we did it, guys. 30,000. Now 70,000 is another large milestone for me. But here we go. We can now learn our stuff, and this will be translated in a moment. The auto translator, there you go, will kick in. We have both our Heaven tier base technique, which I'll explain all of them in a moment. How long? 1 year, 1 month, and 10 days. Okay. Before I do this, I will head to the main city, ruling city again. This is another event. You can pick 1 of 2 pills. It's not really worth considering what you pick. Wood core, my first one. We can buy this. And now I believe since I am at Foundation, I can just use the teleportation thing to save myself the 2 days of traveling. In a moment, we will also unlock a way faster method of traveling. But we can learn our techniques 1 year, 1 month. Because I'm literally saving 1 day, by the way, of traveling with the talisman. But it's roughly 20 seconds faster IRL. To show you what I mean is to head to ruling city from the cave, you need to move 1 tile over and then teleport. That's it. Now, by the way, note, do I get it somewhere? Heavenly Demon Eye. Year 40 is an important year, very important for us. alternatively 60, alternatively 80, but I find that year 40 is typically best. Go to the cave. Now we'll also learn Ivy Guard and Tianzong. But now let's talk about techniques. I have a technique in a sense in an internal to externals. My main attack, or it's not really attack, it's a status thing, is Tianzong, costs 2 wood chi and 1 other chi. It triggers an enemy's entanglement after the enemy gets 3 random negative states and then also 3 entanglement. Now, entanglement itself deals 1 point of damage on the enemy whenever they do an action, and at the end of their turn it all vanishes. So normally entanglement build is you stack like 50 entanglement on the enemy, and if they on their own turn do like 10 different moves, they take 500 damage. Obviously half with the difficulty and so on. Now this, first of all, if the enemy has entanglement, deals damage to them as if they used a skill. That's the first line of trigger an enemy's entanglement, or in this case wander, which is a bad translation by the auto-translator. And well, the enemy after gets 3 entanglement, on top of that 3 random states. Those random negative states can be essentially anything. Anything negative you could imagine and exists in the game. Besides that, we also have Ivy Guard. Now, Ivy Guard follow-up not available means it can only be used once per turn. Then, by the way, it's really expensive, 8 chi total, 6 wood. Then it also gives the enemy 3 obstructed chi, which means they absorb 3 chi less at the start of their turn. Additionally, for every layer of entanglement the enemy has, I get 1 shield. And then lastly, for every layer of entanglement they have, they get an additional layer of entanglement, which means it's times 2. It doubles the amount of entanglement they have. That's the first thing. So the idea is you stack a lot of entanglements and then you double it and at the same time get shield. That's more or less it. And to accompany it, we have the true method of Qinglong. First up, at the beginning of my own turn, it reduces all negative buffs on myself by 10 layers. So in a previous fight with the Sand Sect Elder, I got 150 burn total at the end, and at the start of each turn, this would remove 10 burn from that. So it's like 150, 140, 130, etc. It does not fully cleanse your debuffs, but it helps. Then, and that's just a nice slight buff, then additionally what it does is at the end of the opponent's turn, not all of the entanglement is lost anymore, but half is kept. So they don't immediately lose everything, but only half of it, which is very, very nice and helps this build to scale up. And then additionally, and that's kind of in the spirit of entanglement, is whenever the enemy uses any skill, they obtain 1 entanglement and 1 poison. So that's the basic idea. And we can just go for the training damage just to showcase it in action if I have enough energy. So this one, as mentioned, gives the enemy entanglement and some random negative states. In this case it was some poison, some damaged meridian and some burn. This time some obstructed chi as well, vulnerable, etc. Now the training dummy cannot attack, but you get it. And there you can see they had, we'll do it again, they have 13 entanglement. If I end my turn, they get their turn, then it gets halved down to, in this case, 6. Now, but I'm actually noticing how little wood chi I have. One way we can fix it is by speccing into our Dao tree, probably something like this, absorb 2 additional wood chi every turn. And like, I hope this basic skill is pretty clear. And then IV guard, if I could get it, there you go. As mentioned, doubles the layers of entanglement the enemy has. Maybe I can showcase it on another turn. I'm noticing how impure my spiritual root is, and that is very bad for us. Okay, maybe. Come on, perfect. So the enemy currently has 6 entanglement. If I use this, it gets doubled to 12. And I also get some shield, in this case 12 shield, because he has 12 entanglement at the end. And that's the basic idea of the build. Now I'm already noticing I am lacking way too much chi to use this efficiently, and my spiritual root is not clean enough, or like pure enough. So for both of those reasons, I'm using staff control for more cheaper turn, hopefully, and the myriad wood arts for, in this case, higher likelihood of obtaining wood chi, and will need to learn both those. Before I can do that, I'll probably switch back to my set one. And one more thing I'll point out, this method has a really high cultivation speed, to be honest, way too high of a cultivation speed for my liking, so I will not put it as my primary, because otherwise it's way too fast, which I can cultivate. I can even upgrade it once, which, yeah, it's messing up right there, the layers. And just to put it into perspective, and that's why I don't like it, right now it would be 3000 speed, this is 1300. And if you look at this, 3700 per month, yeah. Just so you know, I'm not trying to fully simplify the game, but I just want to have fun with those skills. Though it's gonna take a while. It's gonna still take a while. Next up, I guess, staff control, just learn it quickly. Very basic skill, as mentioned. Out. I need to upgrade this a lot. But that's an idea for future me. Anything. Come on, game. now you are getting ridiculous. How many foundation pills can one person need? Nothing can we do. 1 year, 1 month is perfectly fine. But yeah, I'm definitely missing way too much energy and pure wood energy to make use of those skills so far. And I am missing the 70k coiled Wood Dao. At the end of your turn, the opponent's entanglement is doubled. So we double with this, then we additionally double with IV Guard, and I gotta say, I love this art. I really love how this skill looks. So we double the enemy's entanglement twice, so times 4, and then it's halved at the end of the turn, so it's still times 2 per turn, which is really handy. You are now at 10. We cultivate again to each field. I can grow nothing anyway. Yeah, we'll probably just finish all right now. Get some different fruits. And you can see my range where I can see mountains, etc. is way bigger since I have 1 high and I am with a high cultivation. So 26 compared to the others. So you're going to like this. Anything else? Hopefully these are cheap enemies. Make a lot, oh, jackpot, not really good. But 2 herbs, there's another one down here. A poisonous scorpion. That's how you can farm. Oh, big. These are really big. Blood body. Absolutely taking action. They increase your aptitude and comprehension. 6 blood bodies, absolutely, just immediately right click on them. Amazing, amazing. and with, in this case, Nishushin, I believe, or is this, okay, Linmushin, where we are doing barbecue. I'll just skip over it. It's some cool lore, but try it yourselves, etc. Not too relevant. Another event is this cooking, yeah. Nishushin. Ah, sad. Okay, I thought this was a different event. I thought it was the cooking event with Nishushin, so I would have skipped over the dialogue, but it's actually the other event. And that is Nishushin dealt with some demonic cultivators or some scammers in some region and defeated their Foundation Establishment Cultivators. But now a golden core cultivator is chasing after him. And here he is. Little brat, where do you think you're running? And I'll personally step forward and try to help Nishushin fend him off. Nishushin also mentioned that he tried to contact his family. So let's see how well this goes. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, let's see how this goes. It could definitely use a lot more wood. I'm definitely noticing a lack of shield, yeah. It's definitely not perfect yet. Especially if I had coiled root and it's doubled every time, then I don't even need to use the other thing. Yep, I do have some skills. I was able to hold on against him even though he's a golden core. And now the Sword Immortal Xuanwei joins the party, who's also from the Ni family. Yep, and they are basically fighting against each other. And everyone is injured more or less. But Sword Immortal Xuanwei now feints the opponent by saying, "Just now I informed the other elders of the Ni family through a command symbol." As a result, the other Golden Core elder flees because he's afraid. Moreover, even if the elder could arrive on time, I'm afraid Saint Uncle might already die. He's heavily injured. Oh, the pill. Could it be what you're saying? Nishushin frantically poured out a pile of pill bottles from a storage pouch, and their various labels are causing your head to spin. Gunyang Xu, please help me look for it. This is a reference to a previous event with him where we went exploring in a cave and we found a pill bottle with which color? Black. Black is the soul. And suddenly, that pill filled with vitality brought the elder back to life. You don't need to worry about it. Yep, but what we need to worry about are these. Big, big. I am getting so smart. We have... Okay, Pulse Scorching skill is the single best nascent soul breakthrough skill. But it needs 30k in Fire Dao. I don't think we want it. Small Heavenly Exhalation I should be able to get later on. Hold on to the first element I have. So those are not of interest. But 2 Comprehension is interesting to me at all times. Receive a message. Deacon, not too interesting. Anyone of interest? Nope. Perfect. We arrived perfectly in this year. I'll probably do a confirmation for the Sect. Any appeals? No. But I think I'm done for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, especially the more thorough Foundation Establishment breakthrough stuff. We have access to our inheritance now, although it's not good yet. It's definitely not good yet. I need absolutely 70k Wood Dao. I probably should have listened to or like done the other comprehension of wood a bit longer. Once we have 70k of Wood Dao, I'll probably consider Chi as well. Go for 70k for 4 extra Chi per turn. And then we should be talking. We then should absolutely be talking. But I hope I see you guys next episode. Have a great day. See ya.